setting new standards in podcast excellence. You have joined the WBT, fully focused on business and taxes. Here is your host, Michael Lodge.
And welcome to the WBT. This is Michael Lodge. So I'm traveling across America at the moment. Right now I am in Amarillo, Texas. So I think I have, 3 more states to go through, and then I'm finally in Southern California. But it's a long trip, I tell you, especially when you have 3 dogs. I brought all 3 dogs with me. And every 100 miles or so, you gotta stop because they need to go to the restroom. So I wish that these dogs were better travelers, but they're really, really spoiled brats. And that's my fault. That's not the dog's fault. That's my fault. So, as I was traveling across America, you can only listen to so much gospel, so much news stations, and so much sports. Those are the 3 things that are on the radio as you travel across the United States. But I was thinking along the way about what happened last week when Congress passed the spending bill. Now, I have to come to you as an accountant because I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to like very well, okay? The Senate and the Congress passed a spending bill that just added billions of dollars to our national debt. Billions of dollars. But they took nothing away. They took nothing away from the expense side of California. So this is what happens. You just had a tax reform bill that took billions of revenue away from the government because they all gave you tax incentives, which I wanted them to do. But I also wanted them to do is cut spending in Congress. Stop the big spending items in the United States government. We have too much overspending. Yes, we need the military. We needed to focus on the military because they have been so out of shape over the last 8 years under Obama that he literally pulled all of the spending. So we've got helicopters that don't work. We've got boats that are sitting idle. We've got all of this stuff that just makes us, that has weakened our military ability. So Congress last week created the spending bill for 2 years that added billions of dollars to the debt but did not take anything away from the expense side of government. Now you and I, we operate our budgets totally different, don't we? We're smarter than the United States government. What we do is we spend our money on the vital things of life and take back the things and don't spend the things. Don't spend our money on the issues that we don't need to spend on. We cut back on movies. We cut back on buying a new car. We buy a used car instead. We do everything it takes to cut down our expenses so that we can spend our money wiser. Well, unfortunately, that is not what the United States government does. What they do is that they give you this huge, massive tax thing, and they're going to have to take it away from you. Because how do you pay for debt? You have to raise revenue. And that revenue is you and me. So they did a massive good thing in reducing the amount of taxes that you and I pay and what corporations pay. But they didn't do the mom and dad thing. They didn't reduce the expense side of government. And I call that super, super stupid. They are wasting your money and my money as we go through life. At some point in time, they're going to have to raise our taxes in order to pay for this debt. The debt continues to grow every single day because we keep borrowing to pay for the debt. How stupid is that? So here we're back in this same old thing where our tax money that's coming back to us in refunds are not going to be there very long because the government's going to need it back. It's like an Indian giver where they give to the Indians and then they take it away. As my dad used to say. He always used to tell me, don't be an Indian giver. When you give things to people, you let them have it. Unfortunately, with this government, they're going to give and then they're going to take it back because our debt is so huge. And this, we have to blame on both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, because they sat around. In fact, this spending bill still funds Planned Parenthood. The main thing that the GOP said that they were going to take away. And they were going to take away other stuff too. But they never took anything away. They added on to it. All these social programs out there have been given more money to spend. This is the most stupidest thing I have ever seen, because here they did not even do the mom and dad budgeting. They did a socialist budgeting, where they just added more and more money to spend, but they never thought about how am I going to pay for it. And they never came to you and me to tell me how they're going to add more spending and how they're going to pay for it. They never came to us and told us that. This was a 700-page bill that was written at the dead of night, and no one in the Congress even got to read that bill. No one. On the Democratic side and on the GOP side. None of them read that bill. We have a real problem here. Not only are the Democrats out of control in spending, but now so are the GOP spending. It doesn't make sense, right? So if you think that your tax reform and that tax refund is going to be better, and that more and more money in your pocket is going to be better, let me tell you something. It can't be for very long, because our debt just rose by billions of dollars because of Congress. And who I'm really mad at is Paul Ryan. And all of these Republican congressmen who said, yes, we are going to face the deficit, we're going to face the amount of money that we spent, and we're going to attack it. And they never kept their promise. They went right along with the Democrats just so they could pass this thing. So I'm kind of pissed. I'm really pissed off as I'm driving along. I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking, you know what, we really have a stupid government. We need to vote all of these people out on the Democratic side and on the Republican side who voted for this bill, because it put too much debt on you and me. And I think debt is a sin, and I'm tired of debt. So we have to do something. You and I, as American citizens, have got to take control of this country. And we've got to be able to tell these people enough is enough. And those of you who voted for more debt, you're gone. You're gone. Democrats who voted for it, they're gone. Republicans who voted for it, you're gone. It's okay to fund the necessary things of our government. But it's stupid to keep funding those that are not necessary. There's got to be give and take when it comes to budgeting. You and I both know that, because we do it every single day on our budgeting. So I want you to write your congressman, write your senator, and say, I am not happy with this at all. If you voted for this bill, and if you increased the debt, I'm no longer voting for you. Because you failed the American people once again. This is stupid politics, stupid government, stupid spending, and you and I have to pay for it. This is Mike Lodge with the WBT. I will talk with you soon.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
World of Business and Taxes on WBT.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.